Hello viewers, it's Super GT here once again. I'm finally back from my holiday from Hungary. So, we are going to do some modern smashing into everyone in turn 1 is the name of the league, I'm pretty sure, or modern GT endurance, one of the two. So here we are at the Hockenheimring. This is where the Formula 1 was actually very recently. And we're going to see some Rosberg-esque moves into the hairpin during this race. So yeah, I was in Hungary for the last week or so. So the videos you have been seeing from me were scheduled to be put out. So I couldn't actually, reply to all of the comments straight away. I had a massive backlog to catch up on, as I totally Rosberg this guy. I was actually turning though, so not quite a Rosberg incident. So yeah, I got back, I had a massive backlog of comments and questions from all of you, and I've just about got through all of them now. I didn't reply to absolutely everyone, but it would take my entire life away if I did do that. So hopefully now I'm back on track, trying to get a couple more videos out for you, trying to get some more clips as well. I've seen there's a couple more leagues out there, like the truck versus truck, truck versus track. Let me say that one correctly. That's out there now. I might try that if we can get people in. And of course, the Modern GT League and this league, or Hopper, the Modern Endurance. So we're going to try to get a couple more clips out for you. But I thought I'd just bring you this race. This is actually my very first race after coming back from my holiday. As we come down the long straight, which isn't straight, into the hairpin. The BMW, is he going to go for a move? Not quite, and I'm not either. But the Porsche does go wide on the exit. So we're going to go up into 5th. So actually he's actually going to try to come back here. Not quite for this right hand. I'm using the Aston Martin, of course, as you can probably tell. Now, actually a bit of argy-bargy. He's gone around my outside and into the right hand. He's got the inside. I'm going to have to go for a cut back, getting on the throttle late. I don't have traction control on, so I'm going to find it very hard, of course, to get this car planted on the exit. We're going to have differing opinions about when to turn in for that turn. It's got a little bit dirty, but we are both through the turn. I'm just going to edge him to the inside to maintain the position. BMW getting a little slidey up ahead. And we've got another car ahead of him. Looks like the leaders, first and second, have got a bit of a margin now, so it's going to be very tricky to catch up. Although I'm not expecting to catch up. Not in my very first race back. So I haven't actually played Forza for about 2 weeks. And it's always very strange to come back to the game after having not played it at all. Especially in one of the higher leagues like this is... without traction control, sort of having to get back into the game quite a lot, really having to adjust myself back to the way I was before. My racing in this race here wasn't quite up to scratch, but I did my best. And coming into the hairpin for the 3rd time, looking up the inside, we're going to have another Rosberg-esque incident, just getting past. I'm not going to get a 5-second penalty though, like Rosberg did. So we're through into 4th. That isn't too bad at this current moment. 1st place and 2nd place are just around this turn. I'm going to go way too deep. Should brake quite a lot earlier than that. But I'm just going to maintain the position here. Edge him out wide in the BMW. And hook myself up with the Apex. He has to go the long way round. He's gone the very long way round onto the extra tarmac on the outside of the track. And he is not going to keep that position. Actually, he's going to keep his position. He's not going to gain one on me, though. I'm going to go very deep. Is he going to go up the inside? I'm just going to edge him to the inside, but he's going to edge me off. I kind of tried to do what I did to the Porsche on the previous lap. Just hold the inside, or about hold halfway. Gives him the inside of the track. He still has a car width to play with. But obviously, he wanted much more than that, edging me off. And I'm going to try to look up the outside here. The Porsche just coming back to take the racing line. So just having to settle here for 6th position through turn 1, which is known as Extend Country. so many extends through that first turn, and actually the limits in the Formula 1 race were very strange. They were kind of allowed to just extend that corner by an absolute mile, all four wheels well beyond the white lines, which was very interesting. But as we progress slightly further around lap number 4, the Porsche again, look at that, going very wide, coming back on over the curb. Now this is where it gets quite tricky. It's a very tricky corner here because the gravel really does suck you in if you get it wrong, which has happened to him. Thank you very much. I'm going to gain a position for free, and then a little bit further round. I didn't want to lose too much time behind these guys. I did want to battle because, you know, it's exciting and it makes for better videos. Sometimes pitting early, it does help, but it's boring. So in this one, I pitted maybe a bit earlier than I normally would, but I think the action was there for the first 4 laps or so. So we are safe for the moment, and then hopefully later on we will get some more action when that guy in the BMW eventually pits, and then maybe the action will bring itself back together. You get this middle stage of the race, a lull, when someone pits and the other people don't. But you can see here actually into the hairpin, getting my braking point exactly right. I actually concentrated a lot better when I was on my own. So braking just at the end of the curb into the hairpin, and it seemed to work very well. So coming into the kink, right hand kink, just lifting off slightly, and that actually hooked me round nicely into this one, getting hooked up very nicely with the apex. Remember, traction control is not switched on here, so it's actually fairly tricky to drive this car. 4th place has just gone into the pits, as just notified on the left hand side of the screen just a second ago, and I've taken my quick stop already. So 1 compulsory quick stop. We've got 2 guys here. I'm going to call it traffic. Well, it will be in a minute if I come up to try to pass them. Hopefully 1 or 2 of them will dive into the pits and get out of the way so I don't lose too much time. One of them does dive into the pits. It's going to be very close to see exactly where I come out compared to that BMW. So coming up the main straight over the line to start lap number 6 into the first turn. Try to just graze that curb. You don't want to touch it too much, otherwise it flip you over. And there is the BMW. I am through into what will be 4th, I believe, once everyone has taken their pit stops, as long as I don't, you know, mess about completely and lose so much time. But as it stands right now, should be 4th, possibly 3rd if that guy has a massive accident. So the guy who's in 3rd, whoever he is. And then coming out of this turn, this guy is just gonna bail out. There he goes, and I was so thankful for that. I did not want to go through there side by side, 2 abreast. That was not going to end very nicely, so thankfully he backed out. And then at the start of lap number 9, we're going to progress a bit more. I am in 5th eventually, and then this guy has pitted, so we're going to go in for some slipstream as we come up to turn number 2. Get on the brakes just at the start of that AstroTurf on the left hand side. He's gone a little bit deep. I'm going to shift up into 3rd early through here, before we go to the apex of that left hand kink. The Aston Martin ahead got through the turn quite well, so I'm going to move to the outside and go up the inside into the hairpin, my favourite place it seems. Looking for the end of the curve, there it is, down into 2nd gear, go a little bit deep, but then just come back for a nice apex. He tries to go over the grass for a cutback, it's not going to work, so I'm going to get 4th position, 3rd and 2nd, just around this turn at the next left-hander, so maybe 4 or 5 seconds ahead. It is possible to gain that, but it's going to be a very tricky and tall order to do that. So going through the right-hander, we have got a decent margin now over the guy behind who seemed to have had an accident. So fast forwarding to the end of the race, slightly scruffy final turn there. But we are going to finish 4th. I did catch up slightly, but that isn't too bad for my return to Forza 6 after 2 weeks out after my holiday in Hungary. So for those of you who haven't followed me on Instagram, you can do so. There is a link to my channel, or my channel, or what you call it, profile name in the description if you want to follow. I'll upload a load of pictures on there. If you want to follow me, and not just my YouTube channel, I kind of post everything on there, so if you want to know more stuff, then that is your opportunity. So yeah, that is it from my video today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'll try to bring out plenty more content. I'm a bit behind at the moment because of the holiday, so I need to record quite a lot more. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this one, guys. Sub for more, hit the like button. She'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.